Here we go again. Today I will repot the Sedirea Japonica Minmaru, a miniature variety from Japan. The repotting will be done in the Japanese way, meaning growing it on a moss mound. After unpotting, a bit of cleanup of the roots, and then, as with Neophynecia, I take a small plastic mesh pot as a base for the mound. This is covered with sphagnum moss and pressed tight so it will stick. Then the roots of the plant are nicely placed around the mound, and then they are secured and covered with some long strings of sphagnum moss. And with the mound finished, it's just placed in a decorative pot. Sedirea Japonica, now reclassified as Phalaenopsis japonica, is an Asian orchid species that can be found in Japan, the Ryukyu Islands, Korea, and in the western part in the Yunnan and Zhejiang provinces in China, where they grow along cliffs and valleys in the cool to subtropical forests. It mainly grows epiphytically and can be found at altitudes of 600 to 1400 meters or 1950 to 4600 feet. It's a small-sized orchid with leaf lengths of approximately 20 to 25 centimeters or 9 to 10 inches and has a Phalaenopsis-like growing habit. One thing, however, is very important to know. Although Sedirea is now classified as a Phalaenopsis, this species is a cool to cold grower, and it needs a cold rest period in order to force it to flower in the spring. Flowers are just 3 centimeters or just over 1 inch and quite plain in color, but they have a very wonderful lemon citrusy fragrance. In Japan they are called nago-ran, and there are several different varieties known, included with variegated leaves and even an alba and a semi-alba form. Most of these varieties are hard to find in Europe and quite expensive. When growing on this typical moss mound, it's important to let the moss dry out before rewatering. If the roots stay wet all the time, they will rot. You can spray this orchid whenever you want, but keep in mind that no water stays standing in the crown of the plant or leaf axils, because this too will lead to rot. Other ways to grow this orchid are in coarse media or mounted on a slab, and when the plant has its resting period in winter, less watering is necessary. Now if we compare this tiny variety with the standard wild form, you directly can see a huge difference. The wild form in the top left is a seedling starting to form mature leaves. These are quite a lot longer than the Minmaru variety, where the leaves are almost round and under 5 centimeters or 2 inches long and wide. Thanks for visiting my channel again, and until the next video.